And just so you know, I can go through, let's see if I can get something with 8 layers. These are all these tabs that I did. There's 8 layers here. I can do that. I can do another row right here. So this is 2 layers going to 8 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 here. So I'll start at the bottom and I'll line this 1/8 inch foot with this line so that I'll go 1/8 inch down. And got my presser foot. First what I'll do is I'll put my stitch length lever all the way down, and then I'll dial down, lift up my foot, take my thread to the left, my top thread, because my machine threads from right to left. Put this behind the flat side. I don't really need it, that's right, because this is just 2 layers. I could use one of my really thin ones that are 2 layers if I want. I really don't need it. And when I dial down, you'll notice this gets loose, and so I pull the tension. So you could see I pulled the tension tight. And usually I pull it till I just see the check spring start to move. And I'll take 1 stitch forward and then back. Sometimes I tighten them both threads. I pull them, and now I'll go back and then forward. And when I get to this incline, I'm going to use my homemade hump jumper that I made. If I can find it, here it is, this one. And it's 4 layers of leather, and it's graduated, and I can adjust it. I just really like it. So we'll go ahead, and I've got my stitch length lever all the way down, my presser foot down. My tension, by the way, is on 5. 4 is when this screw is level, so 5 is what I've been using. And my bobbin tension is at about 50. So I'm at 50 grams on my bobbin tension using a toa gauge, and at 5 on top. And this is Tex 69 bonded nylon thread, longest stitch length. So we'll go forward until I start to see my foot slant. So I'm going to pump it to get it down. Now it's starting to slant just a little bit, and I can take this graduated one, and I can actually just put this leg of it behind, and that just leveled it off. So I didn't push it too far up against the needle, but just enough to level my foot. And I'll take maybe 2 more stitches, or maybe 1 even, to see where, if the foot is still level. Okay, it's somewhat level. I can lift up my presser foot and push it in now all the way to the back of the needle. And we'll go forward 1 more stitch. And I'm going to keep pushing it as I go up this hill. You know, lift my presser foot, push the hump jumper to the back of the needle, put down the presser foot, and I'll take 1 more stitch. I'm not lined up though, but oh well. Okay, lift and push. You see how thick? I just went into 8 layers and it just went in like butter. And I'll lift and push. And now I'll be directly on top of this, so I'll go maybe three or four stitches. I'm trying to pump it or go slow, just so you can see. Okay, so now right here, it's going to start going downhill. And I'm going to take this with the graduated portions, slide this up, and put it under, because the needle's going to come through this channel. I'll lift my presser foot. I hope my needle is down enough. I think it is. Okay. Push this forward. Just to make sure that that's going to be level as it travels down. Now this edge here is not going to come in contact with the needle, but what I want to do is I want to make sure over here that I still see my edge of my fabric, or in this case this stitch line, because I'm lining this up with this. So I'll take one more stitch. Okay, and push this up, push down the presser foot, maybe pull this to the left a little. Okay, and I'll take one more stitch. Okay, and I'll lift up and kind of push this up. I think I'm good as far as pushing it up. I think I can just stitch all the way down, watching this and this line, and keeping my fingers like, you know, right here and here, on this and on the fabric underneath it. Foot is still level. Still level. And I think that's good. I'm probably going to leave this in though, because I'm going to do one back stitch, forward, back, and I want to leave this in so that the foot will stay level as it travels backwards. So take up my stitch length lever up, and I'll go 1 forward, 2 back, and then I'll pump it up. Okay. Take this out. Let's see how I did. Not bad. I do have a tendency to come wider. You notice it's wider from here to here when I start coming off the hill. I've been working on that. I've been getting better. You can see this one I did a couple days ago, and I did a good job with it. And this is how I make my tabs now. I stitched the first one at 1/4 of an inch, then I put the D-ring on, and I stitched this pass at 1/8 of an inch. Kind of neat. So, and here's the back. And you could see, you know, even though my tension, you know, is the same throughout all layers, it really doesn't look bad on the back as far as, you know, if the bobbin is showing or not showing. And this wouldn't show because, you know, it's a top stitch. And if you were doing, you know, a strap like I showed at the beginning, you would have your tension set just for those amount of layers. But, I mean, it's not bad. So I had to kind of find a marriage or a good compromise between my top and bottom tension, because I'm going from, you know, 2 layers to 8 layers. So, but the front looks good too. Can't see any. You see nice defined stitches.